All right, we should be good now. Give me one if you can hear me okay. Sorry. I wasn't planning on doing this. I have to get up like in 6 hours. Six and a half hours. No sound, really. Wait, okay. Yeah, if there's sound now, just give me a one. It was muted before. Uh, hey, Ben. Hola, hola, hola. Hey, Bill Evans. How are you, buddy? Merry Christmas, everybody. Okay, we got sound now. We are good to go. No, I was trying to type on Sam Clinton's stream, and I would get a few messages in, and somebody kept either typing me out or banning me. Um, and it wasn't Sam. I messaged him a few times, so I know it wasn't Sam. Hey, Lady J, Ed, how you doing? Let's see, Cat Eyes, Archangel, MB Rap. I was hoping Gila would be here because I was actually trying to relay a message to Gila to check his IG. And every time I would type test or dot dot dot, it would go through. Then when I would go type at Gila, it wouldn't show up. So I kept getting either timed out for a while, and I think eventually banned or something. Oh yeah, I know it wasn't you. And I actually texted you. I messaged a few people. I was like, "Hey, let them know that I can't even respond." Like people were saying stuff, but I couldn't even respond at all. But I don't know how long I'll be live. To be honest with you, I just can't sleep. I we got another funeral tomorrow to go to, and it's just been a rough couple of weeks. And to be honest with you, I'm just looking forward to this. This weekend should be the end of everything. So, well, after Friday night, I believe it's going to be the celebration of life. Unfortunately, I had to blot out a lot of stuff on the obituary that's on my Instagram on um, one of the young. I'm not. I'm just not going to say too much, but yeah, it's on my Instagram. Hey, Lady J. Also, I did my first. I woke up really early this morning. We've been so busy dealing with all this stuff that's happened, and my sleep schedule. I usually been going to bed around like 7 to 9, somewhere around that area. And then usually I wake up maybe like 7, 8 in the morning, but I've been waking up like at 5, 6, 7. It's just been a weird schedule. So I decided to try to do my first members live, and it was successful um, for the most part. Uh, it should still be on members. It'll probably stay on members, to be honest with you. I don't know. I may make it public eventually. But yeah, it was my first members live. So apparently, there's a way you can do members chat only, or you can just simply do members live. So to the best of my knowledge, it was just members live. So we had a few people in there, and it was about an hour, 20 minutes, or something like that. It went well though. Hey Brett, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a little bit. Well, yeah, I did see you a little while ago. Yeah, that's right. I saw you. I think it was yesterday, last night. Envy Rap. Yeah. This is not going to be a drama stream, so. Uh, and it says like nice Bill. Was it me? Well, yeah, I don't know, Gusto. I don't know if I was banned. I know I was timed out because I was able to come back and either say test or dot dot dot. Then once I typed something else, it wasn't there. And then Sam sent me the link via IG, And I could when I tried to go up, it was full. I guess you can't have more than 5 or 6 people up on Restream. So I tried to go up, but I couldn't even go up. And then he ended the stream. So I said, well, I shall go live, I guess. But if you guys see Gila, it used to be Gila guy, Gila monster, I don't know. I really need to talk to Gila. I really need to talk to Gila. Anyways, I'm not gonna just let anybody up. I don't want to deal with drama and a bunch of cussing and hollering and hooting and all that stuff. It's gonna be brief. I'll drop the link one time. If anyone wants to come up and just have a normal conversation, like if you were going to the store and you met a stranger, and and you're just, you're introducing yourself. You don't say the things a lot of people say in chats on YouTube, like that kind of conversation. Like, hi, how are you? How's it going? A normal conversation, then you can come up. I'm not just going to let anybody up. If I know it's a person that wants to cause an argument, I'm not going to. Sorry, I'm just not going to do it. Not going to do it. I wasn't going to drop the link, but I'll drop it one time. And I'm don't be offended if I don't let you up. I'm not going to let any drama people up. Sorry. Just want to keep it cool and collective and all that good stuff. I believe this is the link. Yeah, that's cool, Ben. I appreciate it. Actually, Ben, I want to talk to you anyways, actually, because we're going to be having we still got to figure it out. I mean, Jersey, Stang and I, and Bobby Joe and I, we've been trying to figure things out where we're going to have a panel and everything, and some other people. So it probably won't be till next weekend, to be honest with you. And I wanted to see if you want to be part of that. I think Jersey Stang mentioned you as well. So, yeah, we can discuss that a little bit. But I literally just want to keep it G rated, like literally Disney type Saturday morning cartoon. I don't want no. I'm trying to going through a lot in my life, and I don't need a lot of drama right now. So over. See, what day is it? Some people know more than I do. Somebody actually texted me the day. It's over a month I've been sober now. I'm almost to a month and a week, if I'm not mistaken. I'm at least 2, maybe 3 days away. Thank goodness, because I was a complete wreck for what, 6 months? No, wait. See May, end of May, June, July, August, September, October, November, 7 months. Service not connected. I don't know who you are. Sorry, I can't let you out. It says server's not connected anyways. I'm not letting anybody. If I don't know who you are, I'm not letting you up. I'm sorry. So yeah, I'm not going to deal with that tonight. This is not no drama or anything like that. So I don't know if you, whatever. Ben, if that is you, before I let you up, can you just wave at me or something? I don't know. But the other person, I have no idea who that is. So negatory. Ben, actually do me this favor if you don't want to show your face. Throw me a DM on IG and prove it's you. It's up here. That way I know. That would probably be a lot easier, to be honest with you. If you don't want to show your face. Just give me a quick IG real quick, and I will let you up. All right, gotcha. Please keep, we're keeping this G. Okay. Shit, shoot. Sorry, that was my fault.
Oh, I'll show my face. What? Hey.
Sorry about that.
Well, Jeff, by now you should know that I'm real.
I know.
Right.
What's up, man? How are you doing?
Well, it's Christmas time in Hollis, Queens. Oh wait, no, it's Florida. Whatever. You know, it's been raining for like a month, and it's been windy for a month. What's up?
Yeah.
I went out today, and the rain, to be honest, it was really warm. I had to walk through puddles to get into the store, and the puddles were warm.
Hey, nice. So it's warm where you're at.
I grew up in Nebraska. It's not really a hospitable environment.
You're right. My brother lives up there.
Oh God, sorry about that. Uh, so you know, at the end of the day, you have to say, well, you know, today it was warm. It was 71 degrees today. I know all my Florida peeps are like, it's freezing cold. Yes, and believe me, I put a jacket on at 71. Absolutely, I put a jacket on today. This was way too cold for me to go to the grocery store, but uh you know, you have to look at the bigger picture. Is that we didn't have a hurricane today.
That's good. Well, hurricane season isn't it over in November?
It's never over. Knuckle.
Really?
Sorry. Yeah. Oh, wait. That's my way to get it in on YouTube. Sorry. It's never over.
Oh, okay. I always thought it was like between November and March or something like that. It's kind of like the time
Yeah.
period where.
Theoretically, yeah, that is the answer. But no, it's never over. It's always. In fact, actually, like 3 years before I moved here, they told me that, hey, we had a tornado in January that actually wiped out half our neighborhood. And I was like, oh, well, that's interesting.
Wow,
Yeah. And
that's
I moved into that
crazy.
neighborhood. And you know what? They still haven't built that back yet. So,
Wow, and you said that was in January?
yeah, that was a tornado that hit in January in Sarasota. Yeah. So,
Oh
yeah.
my goodness, that's
I'm doxing myself again, Jeff. You see? You see?
Uh oh. Yeah, I mean Albuquerque because of the mountains and stuff. We have like dust devils or like whatever. We don't really have tornadoes, but we have monsoon season. Which is just we get a lot of flash floods. It usually starts. It depends on the year, but I would say somewhere around August, September, and lasts through I don't know, maybe October, early October or something.
Hey, Jeff, you know what I'm not looking at?
What's that?
The chat.
Oh, okay. Are you on your phone or
You know
computer?
why I'm not looking at the chat?
Why is that?
Well, because I don't live my life on what other people think of me.
There you go. Hey, that's good. It's a good way of thinking. Yeah, go
if
ahead.
somebody has a problem, they don't like the way that my head looks, or maybe they don't like my eyeballs or something, or maybe they think I'm a fraud, whatever. They're fully willing and able to make those comments known, and that's fine. But I don't have to actually review all of those, and in fact, I don't have to give really any credence to it at all. Actually, I can just say, well, that's your opinion, man, and move on. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Well, I think more people should kind of take that sort of moniker into their lives. Yes.
Yeah, that's true. Man, I tell you what, especially after the second, third week of being sober, my mind has gotten so much clearer now, like so much clearer. And I look back at in fact, I need to go through some of the stuff that I have that I put back in members, which a lot of it was actually my drunk streams, to be honest with you. And I'm probably going to have to delete some stuff and start rearranging some things because I just don't want to. I don't want them on there. I just don't want those memories. But I want you to see Lady J. She just it's on the screen there. If you can see.
I see Lady J right there. I can see it even on my I'm in the StreamYard, but yeah, I can see that. Thank you very much, Lady J. Appreciate it. And Jeff, you know what? You're right. When you talk about, as far as how it affects your life or whatever. Yeah,
It
certainly does.
does, man.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
what I will say though, after the fourth week or so, I don't crave alcohol at all. I mean, yes, there's days once in a while where I have a thought or something and it passes within minutes. So I think I'm pretty sure I'm over the hardest part now. So
But
which is
just
good.
don't you think that and here's the thing, I'm not trying to make excuses, all right? But don't you think that the current environment that we live in, as a society, really breeds a lot of negative behaviors?
Uh-huh.
Huh?
I'm sorry. I'm listening. Archangel, thank you for your service. I didn't know you're. Go ahead. I'm listening, Ben.
Oh,
I was saying,
I'm sorry. I see Archangel now. 7 asking what branch. Well, branch. I was United States Marine Corps. I I enlisted in 2000. I got assigned. Well, I went through boot camp in the wintertime, which, by the way, in California, everybody talks about their little sand fleas out there in, um, North Carolina or whatever. But, in the winter in California, trust me, it was pretty brutal. Boot camp.
wait. Well, yeah, boot camp. Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God. They got you asleep in a wet tent at like 32 degrees or maybe 34 or whatever. We had a cold winter back. You go back and look at it in the winter of 2000 in California.
Uh-huh.
My God, Southern California got down to like 34 degrees or something like that. And we were living in wet tents. So anyway, yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. So anyway, if anybody wants to have that boot camp conversation, whatever, we can do that. Bottom line was, I lost it. Whatever. I forgot what the question was.
Um. So you were down, I assume, by the San Diego area. I believe is where the boot camp is. Is that right?
Yeah. So the United States Marine Corps only has 2 locations where they conduct basic training, and one is at Parris Island, South Carolina, and the other one
That
is at the Marine Corps Recruit Depot in San Diego, which is basically borders. It's literally they share a wall or a fence with the San Diego International Airport. Actually, it's crazy.
right. Yeah, my
Yeah.
son-in-law was in. You have to forgive me. It was the one of the Carolina one. I think the one you just said. That's where he went to boot camp there. Something island.
He must have enlisted somewhere east of the Mississippi, because if you enlist in the Marine Corps and you live west of the Mississippi, you go to San Diego. If you live east of the Mississippi, you go to a place called Parris Island.
Right. That's it. Yeah, that's the one. Let me just
Yep.
answer real quick. Yeah, Ed, I've already apologized numerous times. We're talking in private, but we are going to have one final panel. And Ben, I like if you can make it. We're going to try to make it next weekend. If you can come up, we'd really appreciate that. So I was asked to ask you that, and I also wanted to ask you myself. So we're going to clear some. We're going to clear the air on some things. So again, I feel like I'm on an apology tour, but yeah, we're definitely gonna. But Jersey and I, actually, we've been messaging each other, and we've been having some pretty good back and forth. So I think it's gonna be good. It's just I got to get past this week with all the personal family stuff going on and everything.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
yeah, that was bad of me, Ed, for asking that. Yeah, like I said, I look back and I was like, man, I was out of my mind when I was drinking. Literally, yeah, I was out of my. Oh, here it is, Parris Island, right here. So
Jeff, that's pretty much by definition to be out of the mind when you're drinking. Yes.
Right, crossing the invisible line, South Carolina. If I remember correctly, Parris Paris Island is inward, like more of the. Oh darn it! I keep on clicking the wrong one. It's more of the western part of the state, right?
Wrong.
Wrong. Okay, my bad.
Paris Island is coastal. I've never been there myself, but it sits on the coast, and they have tidal waters that come in. In fact, there was actually a terrible situation that happened years ago where a drill instructor was trying to really extra motivate his troops or whatever, and he marched his troops through a flooded whatever thing when the seawall was coming in, and
Right.
and guys got killed actually.
Oh boy.
Yeah, look that
That's
up. Look
crazy.
look that one up. There was a Marine Corps drill instructor that marched his troops into a shithole and killed a few of them. And you know what? That's not the first time it's happened. Actually, you know, you trust these guys. They, you know, these are. Oh my God, they're daddy. They're everything. They're, you know, your drill instructor is everything. And I
Right.
had a few of them. I had a few of them. I don't like the way this little that needs to bump in there. Anyway, um,
What's wrong?
oh, my hat. I just don't like the way that it looks on camera.
Oh. Does it look crooked? Because mine always looks crooked when I go on camera. I don't go on camera that much anymore, though.
It says New York Jets. You can see it. It's the 80s logo. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you're a Jets fan. I think isn't Adam Sandler a Jets fan? No offense, Brian, but
Absolutely.
I'm,
Well,
I'm not
no,
I'm not I'm not
Adam
having any
Sandler.
drama tonight. No offense. I'm just not gonna have
No,
that tonight.
Adam Sandler bought the Jets in a movie. And so I think he gets credit for that. But no, there are very many famous Jets fans, actually. I'm only a Jets fan. I didn't grow up in New York or anything. And in fact, if I did, I'd probably be a Giants fan, actually. New Yorkers hate Jets fans. They're only the New Jersey bastards that like the Jets. But I grew up in the 80s and in Nebraska, and we did not have a team. The closest team was the Kansas City Chiefs. And you know what? I didn't like that. They were a joke.
Yeah,
And the New York Jets, their uniforms had a color of green. Back in the day, they called it Kelly green. I don't know what they call it anymore. They've changed uniforms a few times, but anyway, I like the fact that they had a green uniform. I don't know. I liked it. It was my favorite color. I was
yeah.
7 years old, so I became a Jets fan. And you know what? I never gave up on them.
Right. That's the
And you
same
know what?
with me and the Cowboys. I've been a Cowboys team
Oh
fan.
God.
Sorry. Yeah, before I even moved to Dallas.
You know,
And
I thought it was
I
bad
still
being
am.
a Jets fan, but being a Cowboys fan is the only thing worse.
Well, let me ask you a question then. So, if you're a Jets fan, I assume you hate the Giants, right?
No, I don't hate the Giants. I don't hate anybody.
Well, you know, I don't mean like hate like you hate them, but you're not a big fan.
Well, no, I'm not a fan, but to be honest, like the NFL is so meaningless to me anymore. uh, you know, if I watch a game, it's rare. In fact, I only try and find free ways to watch games. So, you know, if you know Netflix or I don't know, Netflix I don't think has an NFL contract yet, but what's the one I'm thinking of? It's like Amazon, whatever. Amazon has now a contract to broadcast NFL games. Anytime I can get a Jets game that I already paid for, then yeah, I'll probably put it on in the background. You know, that's all.
Right. Yeah, I don't really. Ever since and I don't want to get into a whole bunch of politics on this. It's just a
Oh
simple
God, we could go
statement.
there, but we don't want to.
Right. But ever since the whole Kaepernick thing, where taking a knee and this, that, and the third, I just stopped watching for the most part. So
Well,
I
Jeff,
only
you're not alone in
watched.
that killed the NFL. That killed
Right.
the NFL. And I can tell you, you know, I mean, anecdotally from my own family, like I know people that were huge NFL fans their whole lives, and they quit the NFL just because of that. And it wasn't because that somebody did something like that, and it wasn't even the message. It was how the NFL handled it. And
Right.
so the
Right.
NFL as a corporation failed. They
Yeah.
failed to handle adversity. They failed to handle, you know, what was happening to them, and they wanted to go woke. And you know what? And that's why to be honest, these days it's terrible to even watch the NFL, to even listen to the people. I don't know. To be honest, like everything that's like mainstream media now, I typically just shut off and avoid, because
Right.
the only thing that the government wants to push out, they do it through their people, right? Which is all the mainstream media. And the government only pushes out the positive things that are really trash, that actually have no bearing on our lives. And every time they get a chance, they try and take another freedom from us.
Right. Yeah. The sports, it's like going to a concert. You go there to get a release, to have fun, to get your mind off the negative things in life and have a good time for a few hours. And that's the same thing with like I went to go when I lived in Dallas, Texas. I got to see the California Angels versus the Texas Rangers, and that was the only Major League Baseball game I've ever been to. But it was fun, it was a blast, and it's like going to a concert, like I said, or some special event. It takes your mind off the negative things in life, and it just really, really it just pumps you up, and you walk out happy, and you wake up happy, and it's like, wow, that was a good time, and but unfortunately, I had several opportunities to go see the Cowboys play back when they were still in Irving, Texas. Now they're in Arlington, Texas, the new stadium. I was closer where I lived. I was closer to Irving at the time. That's where my girlfriend lived, so right next to Valley Ranch, where we would practice and stuff.
Jeff, you had a girlfriend?
Yeah. I was still in high school. Yeah, but it was fun though. I mean, we got to watch them practice.
I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding. I had a girlfriend.
No,
once.
I know.
Actually, I had a girlfriend a couple of times.
Yeah, I had a wife too. Actually,
me too.
she's been on a panel one time. She's her and maybe two of my daughters are maybe coming on a panel along with a few other family members to clear up some things as well. But I'm not quite for sure. It'd probably be after the holidays, obviously,
Yeah.
But they're tired of seeing some of this stuff. They don't really watch a whole lot of this community and stuff like that.
I just saw a great quote from Bill Evans on the screen that said, in the scale of things, whatever, sports don't really matter that much. They really don't. However, they do serve as, in some cases, a microcosm of, what we experience in life. And, sports are a great release for people.
Right.
And to be honest, I've lost that release because the sports have become so politicized. And, you know what? A lot of people hate the guy, but Rush Limbaugh called this back in the late 90s, actually. He was like, they're trying to politicize all your sports. You're not going to be able to do anything anymore. You're not going to be able to cheer for your fans. They're going to take away your teams. Your whatever. And they've done it. Look, we had a Washington football team. Hello?
Yeah.
Football team. Yeah. They couldn't even figure out a name for them. Yeah. They were so lame. And then finally they came up and they called them, that will just be the Commanders. Oh, that sounds commanding. Yeah. Well, that's Washington for you. What a crock of shit.
We don't even have any major teams here, obviously. In New Mexico.
My point is that the woke madness has destroyed sports in the United States, and because not only with football, but when you look at the swimming and the running and everything, and then they put the men that now compete as women because they identify as such. And so it's ruined sports in America. In fact, I would say that it's going to probably be 20, 30 years before we fix this sports problem in America, to where athletes can actually compete again and do a good thing, it's probably going to be 20 to 30 years, which is a sad thing to say about a country, but that's where we live. America. USA! Fuck yeah, bro.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to keep the
Oh, I'm
language.
sorry, Jeff.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Jeff. I'm
that's
sorry.
fine.
I'm sorry.
No, I was, yeah, that's okay. I was just gonna ask you, like, so you think 20 or 30? Because right before you said that, I was gonna ask you if, first of all, if you think it'll ever go back to the way it was, or at least close, and if you do, how long do you think it would take? And you said
I
20
think
to
it's going
30
to take
years.
20 to 30 years to eliminate the madness that has happened to this country, because they spent 50 to 60 years building it, right?
Right.
And you know what? The one positive, now there's a lot of negatives about the Zoomers.
Mm-hmm.
Shown that the Zoomers think that they should be able to retire by the time they're 45.
Right.
And they also think that, well, I don't know, there's a lot of negative surveys with the Zoomers. However, they're not into your basic trash that most people espouse. Yeah, they're not into that. And so I think that maybe there's some hope that maybe these younger generations have seen the folly of their forefathers and will maybe do something good. But we'll see. We'll see.
I hope so. I really do. I mean, I hope it's sooner than 20 or 30 years. Obviously, I'll probably be, in heaven then, just to be honest with you. I mean, I'm almost 50. I'll be old in a nursing home or gone in heaven. I don't know. But I just kind of hope that things at least get back. They get all the political stuff out of the sports and get the sports back into the sports, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? Just get back to having fun again.
Yeah. Jeff, I wish, well, I it's not that I don't have faith. I don't have any faith in churches,
Yeah.
Religious
Hello,
leaders, so forth.
hi, Hammer Time.
Huh?
Sorry, I'm just saying hi to Hammer Time. Hi, Hammer Time Media. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. No, so I'm not a anti-religious person. I'm a person who believes in God.
Right.
I always have, and in fact, I would probably, yeah, I would say I'm a Christian.
Mhm.
Well, I'm definitely not Jewish, and I'm definitely not Muslim. So Jesus, that's an interesting topic, actually, historically. And when you look at it from other religions' perspective, I would say that I am a Christian. However, I think that the American Christian Church or whatever is a complete pile of shit.
It's changed. It really has. I actually, even growing up, I started to see. I would say probably for me, my experience, probably the late '80s, early '90s, and is when I really started to see like a minor change, and then the late '90s, I saw a bigger change, and then but there's some good churches out there.
Well, Jeff. Here's the thing. I first started to see back in the late 80s, early 90s that churches wanted to incorporate technology. Yeah.
Yeah.
They wanted to have music that sounded professional. Yeah.
That, and instead of having an actual Bible, they use an iPad or a tablet now. I see a lot of that too. It's not a big deal, but
Jeff, you just skipped 30 years. I was talking about 1990.
Oh, okay, my bad.
No, so rewind with me real quick here, because I grew up in the church, and in fact, one of my earliest abusers in life actually became a preacher.
Oh, sorry to hear about.
Well, yeah, no. In fact, my grandmother, who first abused me, got baptized when she was like 88 years old or something like that, and it was after she had already abused me, and I think my mom convinced her to get baptized, and I went to the baptism and I was like, well, this is
awkward.
Well, it was a giant pile of shit, is what it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, so I believe me, religion has a dubious position in my mind.
Well, let me just, if I could, for a second. So I haven't been to church in a few years. The last time I went, I was going maybe once, maybe every month with a few of my daughters and my, at the time, um, uh, I had two grandsons. I have six grandchildren now, and they had their, the nursery. Then they got to a certain age. They had their classes and whatnot, and I would go when I could, and then that particular church was the best church I've ever been to. All the places I've lived in the U.S. and been to, just a real humble, down to earth. They weren't like, you have to wear this and this, that, and the third. All the, it was very family oriented, and I really enjoyed it. The pastor was very understanding. I probably learned more from him than any other pastor. So when he retired, I just haven't been back. And so,
Did you ever have a pastor who you thought was great, and then you found out he was just a human and also failed you?
of course, yeah. Well, it's like, what's the old expression? Never meet your hero, or your let's see, never meet your hero, or you'll be disappointed. And
So my
so,
my first pastor that I knew personally was my older brother, who decided at the age of 17 that he was going to sexually molest his 10-year-old brother.
oh
And so
no,
I have zero faith in church
yeah,
leaders, whatever. It's funny. In fact, actually, it's really strange. Even though the Catholic Church has a terrible history of this, I actually would prefer to go to a decent Catholic mass as
mhm.
opposed to the rock star shows that most
Right.
Christian churches want to put on. I think the Christian rock star shows are a joke. I think they're a travesty. I think they do nothing except create fans. And
Well,
when you have fans, whatever, yeah, you have followers, you get money, but that doesn't mean their soul is saved. So I think
right.
actually most Christian churches nowadays are actually just trash.
It's a
Um,
party. It
I
really is.
party. I think it's trash. I think it's
The,
trash, bro.
if
And
I
this is
if I
why this is no, Jeff. This is why it's funny because I tell people, "Oh yeah, I do consider myself a Christian," and I say that sparingly because when you say that, a lot of people think that you're part of that rock star movement, whatever, and
right.
it's a joke. It's a joke.
Well, I wanted to, if you could just give me a few minutes here.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. No, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. I just had to get my
It's
word out.
okay. It's okay. If I want to go see a Christian rock band, I will go to the concert. Like Striper, right? They opened up for regular bands like Queensryche, or they've opened up for Kiss. They've opened up for all kinds of
Jeff,
rap.
I told you I wouldn't cut you off, but Striper, I'm very, very familiar with. Okay, I grew up in the
Yep,
'80s. All right,
yep. That's right. Yeah, I
and
grew up in the
you know what?
'80s
I
too.
remember dragging my mom to the Christian bookstore and saying, "Hey, buy me this tape," and she was like, "I don't like it. Those men are wearing makeup and they have long hair," and I was like, "Yeah, I know, I don't like it either, but I kind of want to hear what they're playing."
Right. Well, I told my testimony before. So my birthday's in October. So I don't remember if I was either 10 and about to turn 11, or I just turned 11. But there was a Billy Graham crusade. And that's the night that I got saved. I got born again. I invited Christ into my heart. And my mom and dad took me to, there was a local, like a mom and pop. Well, I shouldn't say mom and pop, but it was mostly like in Missouri, Iowa, Illinois. There's a place called Pomitas, and it would be kind of like I guess you can kind of say a Target of today, like a small Target, not super Target or not a super Walmart, but just a regular department store. And Striper, the album, which I got autographed on my wall behind me, the vinyl, they just came out with "To Hell with the Devil," and has Isaiah 53:5 on there. And I got the poster. It's got Revelation 20. You have to forgive me. Is it 2020, 2010? Anyways, so I ditched for a little bit, for about a year. I ditched my Motley Crue and all that stuff.
That was their biggest album, if I'm not.
Yeah, double plat. Technically, it's double platinum. If you go to Wikipedia, I think it says double platinum, but if you look at the discography on the right, it'll say platinum because the first record company was Enigma, and they went bankrupt. I think in '91. So they were Striper was picked up by Hollywood Records. So they went platinum with Enigma. That album did, "To Hell with the Devil." And then it went platinum again through Hollywood Records. So technically, yeah, it went double platinum. And
but
then
Jeff,
they had,
you've met the members of the band, yes?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I have Robert Sweet's cell phone number.
Do they actually care about Jesus?
They do, of course they do. I mean, I'm not going to get into all this because it just brings up everybody wants receipts.
I'm just curious, man.
About that, but yeah, I do. My daughter, all my kids and my family, they got to meet him. We got to, we've had a lot of good times together. I did not. I will say this. The brothers, Michael Sweet's a singer and guitarist. His brother with the blonde hair, that's Robert, is a drummer. Then you got Oz Fox and Tim Gaines, all the original members, right? Yep. I got along. Robert and we got along very, very well. And then Tim Gaines and I got along very, very well. Now, Michael and I did not get along very well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, so I reunited him and his mom and him and his sister. They had not seen each other in 20 years. Wow. So there was some tension. And through a series of events, I'm not going to get into all this again, but I did reunite them. And then Michael came out with his book. And a long story short, we could not get along very well. But Robert, though, his brother, the drummer, we haven't talked in a while. Like he'll text me out of the blue, like on a holiday. Like I might even get a text this Christmas, like "Merry Christmas," and I'll say, "Hey, Merry Christmas,"
Jeff, like let me ask you. With Michael, maybe he was unreceptive to things, or maybe whatever. But I would imagine that you didn't leave it in a bad place. Like he understands that you care. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, go to my community page and scroll down. And I'm pretty sure I've got the picture. It's on my Instagram too, I believe. We're all good now, but we just, again, the only ones that I talk to, which is extremely rare, is Robert and Tim. And Tim's not in the band anymore. If you remember the band Firehouse, Richard Perry, I think is his name, Richard, the blonde dude. He took Tim's place. So he is now...
Well, Jeff, you and I both know, having played music, that band members change, like they change as often as most people change underwear, yes?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Band members change frequently, okay? It's fine. We need a bass player. We need a drummer. Hey, do you know any good drummers? No, I don't know anybody. Whatever.
Okay, hold on, Ben, please. I want to answer Lady J. She's been asking a question several times, so can you just give me just a couple minutes?
You're transphobic. We already know.
No. I'm trying to explain something. I don't need. I've said this before. A couple of my daughters were bi-curious, and I'm not going to say, get all the details. And
I was just kidding.
I am not transphobic. Just FYI, I'm not going to get into I'm not going to be talking about too much personal stuff anymore on the internet. But the answer is no, I'm not. So that is the answer. But what do we have for you, Johnny? Go ahead. I just want to make sure I got that out. You're welcome, Lady J.
That's good. It's interesting. I don't know everybody that follows your channel. Jeff, I tune in every time I can.
I haven't been live much lately, but go ahead.
Well, no, I saw one. You put one up yesterday. You said quick live.
Yep.
And then I missed it, and it was only like 30 minutes. So yeah, I totally missed it. And that's fine. I don't need to talk to Jeff every day.
Right.
But I like when I do talk to Jeff, and I appreciate you. And I think that people, I don't know, people are really rude to you, and they, whatever. And so.
Well, it is what it is. I mean, you and I talk offline, at times on Instagram, on a call or whatever, and stuff like that. We've always had good talks. I don't think we've ever. In fact, remember that the interview I did with you is still on the channel. I'd like to do a part 2 sometime.
Yeah, we can do that.
Cool.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Actually, there was somebody else. Who was it? Somebody else from your channel actually asked me they would like to do maybe a. It was more in regards to the veteran situation and dealing with the VA.
Right.
Was it?
Well, before I forget, can I mention something real quick? Here's one thing. This is actually serious. So one of my family members who passed, the VA. Okay, so his wishes originally is he's from California. He wanted his ashes to be spread over the Sierra Nevadas. So he passed, and he changed his will. He decided not to be cremated. A long story short is they have him frozen right now because, and I don't need to get into all this details, but I'm just simply saying the VA will not do anything right now. So they have to come up with all the money up front, which is $5,000 to $10,000 ish. Okay, I'm spitballing numbers.
Jeff, are we talking about just a burial?
Well, I'm trying to get there. We're still. That's why we've been pretty busy. We a lot of stuff going on. But a long story. Let me just get this out here. We're trying to figure everything out, and then once that's done, they're only going to reimburse $2,000. The VA. Mm-hmm. Does that sound right to you? I mean, that to me, I don't know. That kind of bothers me a little bit. I mean,
that's a loaded ass question. Does it sound right to me?
It doesn't. I mean, it shouldn't. I mean, I think they should take care of a lot more. Exactly.
Nothing about the VA ever sounds right to me. Okay.
I've heard so many horror stories of people, family and friends and loved ones, and even people on YouTube, not getting the help they need or whatever, or not getting it fast enough, or the list goes on, and I think it needs to be fixed. That's just my opinion.
I've good night, Bill Evans, by the way. I just saw he I think he's checking out. Yeah.
Good night, Bill. You have a good one. He's a pilot, by the way. I don't know if you know that or not. And a musician.
You say a pilot?
Yes, sir.
Oh, pilots are incredible. Actually, Cam does a lot of videos where he's doing flight simulators.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that stuff. Planes are so cool. Have you ever, Jeff? Have you ever done a discovery flight?
Discovery flight. The only flights I've been on is like Southwest Airlines, Frontier Airlines.
I'm gonna clue you in on something here, Jeff, right now. And a lot of people listening probably don't know this either. Anybody that's a pilot knows, but basically every flight school in America will offer you a discovery flight. Basically when I was in Houston, it was only $100. Now, after the whatever, the pandemic and all the whatever inflation and everything, it's probably about $200 now. But 3 years ago in Houston, Texas, I went and spent $100, and I got to meet a real pilot and we did a full walk around of the plane, and then we went up and flew for 45 minutes. I was flying figure eights. We did two stalls where basically we stalled the engine out and then started dropping and then restarted. It's kind of like a like when you were a kid and you were trying to sneak out of the house and you had to like kickstart the car, with the manual transmission, whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
Basically that's what the plane does when it stalls. You can fly it down and kickstart the engine. We did that like 4 times. And then we came back and landed. That was all north side of Houston, and it cost me $45, and I got to fly a plane. Where
That's
else
pretty cool.
get that kind of fun? You spend $60 on a video game, or you spend $150 on a stupid escape room or something, but
You're welcome, Lady J.
You could actually go fly a real plane for like, well, nowadays it's probably $200, but anyway, for $200 you could go fly an actual plane. Why wouldn't you do that? Yeah.
Right. Let me just address a few comments. You're welcome, Lady J. And also, I want to know what a vomit comet is, because he said, I've been in a vomit comet. Do you know what that is?
Vomit comet, I don't know what that is. I would guess that probably it sounds like he doesn't like small planes.
Oh, okay. So like a single engine, twin engine, or something like that.
Yeah, or just something that doesn't have the niceties that you would expect with commercial flight.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I would guess. I don't know though. I could be wrong, but that's my guess. Who was that?
Dude,
no, who said that? Oh no, that was Archangel.
Archangel. Dude, I really want to see the Blue Angels someday. I really
You've never
do.
seen them in life?
Nope.
Oh wow,
that's in my memory. Yep.
Oh man, I've seen them like 3 or 4 times. The first time actually was where I grew up in Lincoln, Nebraska. They came out there and did a show, and
nice.
And in fact, at the time I was like 11 years old, and I was playing midget football. They actually back in those days in the 80s, they called it midget football.
Yeah, I remember that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You can't call it midget football now because midget is a protected class. No, they're small people. They're whatever. You can't say
little people, or they have different slangs or different.
But Jeff,
terms.
in the 80s, we were allowed to call it midget football. Yeah,
right. That's what they called it. Absolutely.
I played midget football.
Okay.
And anyway, but as a part of midget football, they also say, it was a good program because, like when you go to college, whatever, you're expected to do this, and then they become pro, they're expected to do that, whatever. But these guys back in the day, you were expected to go sell candy.
Oh, that like the box of chocolates and
Butterfingers, like Milky Way. No, we didn't have Milky Way. We had Butterfinger, Baby Ruth. We had whatever. Anyway, you would go sell these little boxes of chocolate, right? $2 a piece, right? And back in the day, $2 was like, hell no. Everybody's like, get out of my. So my dad, though, was a salesman, and he would take me, and he'd be like, here's where you need to go. He's like, you got to get the right market. And he would take me over to the rich neighborhoods.
Right.
And a lot of them slammed the door in my face. He's like, you're going to get that. That's okay. Go to the next one. They'll probably buy 6 boxes from you. And guess what? I went in the next one. They bought 6 boxes from me.
There you go. Better than selling one at a time.
It only takes somebody that has, and it wasn't that, and my dad never made it a class warfare issue. He never did that. He's like, it's just the economics of it. He said, these people don't have this money. They don't, we could go shop all day for sales in a neighborhood where they don't have $2 or even 2 nickels to rub together. Or we could go to the neighborhood where you might get door slammed in your face, but then, you're going to meet a really nice guy, actually, who will easily buy 10 boxes from you. And you know what? I came in number 3 citywide.
Nice.
In a city of 200,000 people, that's not bad to be a midget football player and become number 3 salesman. I was a far better salesman than I was a football player. That I can tell you.
My daughters, they actually won. It was actually a church event. You know, they sold candy bars for camp. You know, for church camp for summertime, and to help raise money. And they had like car washes. They would sell candy bars. They would somebody would they would have these raffle things at church, or they would go clean somebody's kitchen, or just to earn extra money for their church camp and stuff. Well, they actually sold so many boxes of chocolates that they won. My two oldest daughters won one year, and the following year, three of my daughters won the second year, selling the most chocolate. So they're pretty darn good sales kids. So we were pretty proud of them, obviously. But they did other things too, though. I mean, they did the whole thing. The car washes. They would clean houses. They would just do whatever they could. Hi, Serena. Let's see. I'm making sure I'm not missing anybody. Sorry, I'm just. I need to get off though in about 5 minutes. I need to try to get some sleep. But
Jeff, you're not allowed to sleep. You're not allowed to sleep. What the hell?
And then
no, Jeff, I love you, man. Thanks for having me on here. And I'm sorry.
you.
I'm sorry to all the people that maybe had to,
Oh, it is what it is. Hey, man, if you're cool with it, of course I'll message you first or text you or whatever. I want to talk to you if you're able to come up when we have this panel. We're looking at next weekend. This next weekend, at some point, Saturday night, Sunday night. I'm not sure yet. Would you be willing to come up and be part of it?
Christmas Eve, yeah, I'll do it.
Oh shoot, you're right. Next Sunday night's Christmas Eve.
It is, yeah. Oh. But I would do Christmas Eve. I would do Christmas Eve. I'm down with it. What am I gonna do? Whatever. Hang out with us. Where is this?
Well,
I was trying to find the chat. Here he is, Jack.
I don't know if I can. I wasn't even thinking. Oh my goodness. I
don't think either. It's okay.
Friday night we have the celebration of life. That's, I believe, the last service we're gonna have. So maybe it would either have to be Saturday night or after Christmas. I don't know. I'll have to talk to others about it on Instagram behind the scenes or whatever. We'll have to figure out something. But anyways, yeah, I'm not being rude or anything. I appreciate you all coming. I was kind of hoping that a few people, like, I wanted to have Jersey come up. Jersey Stang, because he's we talk a little bit.
I like Jersey Stang.
Yeah, we've been having a good talk behind the scenes now and everything, and we've said some apologies to each other, and we're gonna clear the air some more. And then, but yeah, and then I was hoping Gila would be here because I was trying to get his attention.
Talk about Gila Monster.
Yeah, I was trying to get his attention in Sam's channel, but like I said, somebody was timing me out or something. It was getting ridiculous. So Sam ended up shutting down the channel or shutting down the stream. Sorry.
Hey Jeff, did you ever consider that sometimes just Jeff and BiN? That's okay.
What's that?
Sometimes just Jeff and BiN. That's okay.
Hey, that's cool, man. I always enjoy having you up, man. I enjoy talking to you offline too. It's fun, man. You're always fun to talk to. I see you a lot when I'm able to make it to like the Rumble catches and whatnot with Alex. Almost every time I see you in there, and you're usually the first person I say hi to.
You should get on the Predator Poachers locals. Yeah,
I was until 4 or 5 days ago. I was still on the $4 plans when it started, the $4 thing, and I got an email that because I had spent too much money on my credit card on birthday parties for my grandkids, right? Yeah, and then I had a couple bills to pay, so I didn't know that I was so low on my on one of my credit cards I was using for locals. I was like 27 cents shy of the money that I needed to renew it. So now I lost my locals membership for Alex's team, and he's going to raise it to $8 a month in January. Then I think he said he's going to raise it to 10. I think maybe possibly in February.
Well,
So I'm gonna,
to be honest, he should.
yeah, absolutely.
He is literally the pinnacle of this game, in my opinion.
Him and
you know,
him and Tommy are probably the top catchers, I would say, in the
Don't
community.
get me started on Tommy.
Yeah, no negativism. I like them both. I'm just being honest. I
Don't get me started. But no, but yeah, no, I started out at, to be honest, when I first logged into Predator Poachers Locals, I was one of the first. I got in there at $4 a month.
Yeah.
And I locked it in. And you know what? Alex is 100% correct when he says that. He's like, you know, you could join at $8, whatever. I'm offering it at $6 today. And if you buy in at $6, you will never pay more than that. You know, and he's right. So I bought in at $4 actually when nobody believed in it. Nobody believed that Rumble or locals would be a thing, and YouTube was the be all end all, whatever, you know. And I can tell you that Alex has done a great job with it, and I got in there early. I'm a $4 subscriber to Predator Poachers on Locals, it's kind of a badge of honor, and it's not to say that I pay less, because actually I do a lot of donations too, even though I'm a poor ass and I really can't afford it, but I do it anyway because I believe in what they do, and in my opinion, they do the best job of it.
Yeah, and Tommy's is only $7. I think he uses Odyssey. So you
know who else uses Odyssey? My second favorite catcher.
Who's that?
PvP.
Oh, dude, I miss seeing him on YouTube. My favorite catch was at number 50. The dude that wanted, I just need fiber. I just need to poop. I need fiber. And then he crashed his car, and then he ran, and somebody tackled him.
I want to say Merry Christmas, Lady J. I see that on the screen right now. Merry Christmas, Lady J. Yeah, no, you're talking about PvP catch number 150.
150. There you go.
Yeah. Go Google search PvP 150, and yes, you will see the Mad Meth Man, who was all methed up, and he crashed his parents' car, drove it over a gigantic landform, crashed into a tree, and then got tackled by an off-duty Marine. And
by the way, I'm not trying to interrupt, but I want to say Merry Christmas to you as well, Lady J. Thank you so much. And there's a lot. Hi, Serena. $7. Yeah, it's $7 a month for Odyssey. You can drop the links. I think you're modded, Lady J. But I'm gonna go ahead and call it. I need to try to get some sleep, because we got a long day tomorrow. And after that, my doctor's appointment is at 5 p.m. So I got to get some sleep, man. I apologize. I wasn't going to go more than 15, 20 minutes, and it's already over an hour. But I appreciate you coming up.
Jeff, it's my fault. I saw you went live, and I said, well, I want to talk to Jeff tonight. And you know what? Mission accomplished.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I hope to see you. We'll talk this week, too. And I hope you can come up next week. If we're able to do it next week. And I keep forgetting about Christmas. It's coming so fast, but whenever we have it, I'll give you a heads up and let you know all the details and everything. So, but Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays. I'm sure I'll see y'all at least once before then. And thank you, Ben. Thank you for your service.
Take care,
brother. All right, man. We'll talk probably maybe Tuesday. Does that sound good at some point?
Yeah, I'll be around.
Sounds good, man. I'll get in touch.
Later.
All right, man. Take care. Hasta la pasta.
I love that.
Later, dude. All right, I'm going to close this out here. Thank you guys for coming. Let's see here. Serena, Telly, Lady J. Sorry if I didn't get to your messages, if I missed any. Thank you for, and this is a time to drop links. Thank you for doing that, by the way. For those Odyssey, Rumble, the catchers, decoys, YouTube, whatever channels they got, drop them all. Let's try to support all the catchers and decoys, whether you like them or not. I mean, that's pretty much irrelevant as long as they're doing what they can to expose and hopefully get them off the streets. With law enforcement and the justice system's help, that's a good thing. So I personally, I love watching Tommy and Alex. They're probably my top favorite. PvP is too. I just haven't seen him in a while. TC Unit I haven't seen in a while. And but yeah, to support our catchers. And by the way, Tommy and I have been in contact via text message on our phones. Tommy's been a great encouragement to me, and I appreciate him very, very much. He was here. Was it the last stream I did? I'm not sure. Not the members stream, but the one before that. Yeah, he was in here. So yeah, I don't know if he's listening or if he watches this later, but yeah, I really appreciate it. And Lala Blue, Vladimir, my goodness, so many people. OTR, BiN, of course. Just I can go on and on. Just behind the scenes help, encouragement, and everything. And to all military veterans, thank you for your service. I definitely appreciate it. I didn't say the way I wanted to say it that night, and I don't want to, we'll talk about it when we go on panel. But I'm just glad I'm sober again. Alcohol is poison. I'm not knocking anybody who drinks, since I've been there and done that, obviously. But to me, it's an enemy, and alcohol is an enemy to me, and I need to stay away from it. So I feel so much better being sober. I'm a lot happier now. My nerves are I'm not always anxiety driven. And to be honest with you, I've been separating myself from YouTube quite a bit compared to what I was doing before. And it's therapeutic, I'll be honest. But it's also good to come back, once in a while. And like tonight, that was awesome. So, hey, I appreciate y'all. I will leave with I know StreamYard music sucks, but give you guys a chance to chat a little bit and drop links. So, God bless. Have a good night and have a good week. Merry Christmas and happy holidays. I'll just put on something, I don't know, that acoustical, whatever it's called. That way you guys can chat for a little bit and drop some links and whatnot. If there's any upcoming, whatever it may be, premieres or anything, please drop those links too. All right, y'all take care. Thanks for stopping by. If anybody sees Gila, please tell him I sent him an IG and please respond. I was hoping Jersey Stang would come tonight so he could come up and we could have like a pre-talk, and everything. Since I couldn't sleep. Normally I would have already been asleep for hours, but I just could not sleep tonight. So I got to get some sleep. All right, y'all take it easy. God bless. Bye-bye.